Hi, I'm John Cash. Welcome to your daily devotional. We're taking a look at the book of Matthew, and we're looking at about 5 verses. This is from Matthew chapter 12. In verse 9, the Bible says, "Going on from that place, he went into the synagogue," that would be Jesus, "and a man with a shriveled hand was there." Looking for a reason to accuse Jesus, his good buddies, the Pharisees, said, "Is it lawful to heal on the Sabbath?" He said to them, "If any of you had a sheep, and it falls into a pit on the Sabbath, will you not take hold of it and lift it out? How much more valuable is a man than a sheep? Therefore it is lawful to do good on the Sabbath." Then he said to the man, "Stretch out your hand." So he stretched it out, and as it was completely restored, just as sound as the other. And then the Bible ends and says, "But the Pharisees went out and plotted how they might kill Jesus." Wow. Folks, Christianity is a personal relationship with Jesus. It's not a bunch of rules. The Pharisees had taken the 10 Commandments and turned them into 666 different rules. Some of those rules actually disobeyed the spirit of those 10 Commandments. These religious leaders didn't get it. They just didn't get it. They didn't understand the mind or the heart of God. In the end, it's all about love and not rules. Here in this particular Bible verse, the Bible says he heads into a church or synagogue, and he finds a man with a shriveled hand. His first reaction when he sees the man in need is to help him. And that needs to be the church's reaction when they see somebody in need, to help that person in need. Now, it says here, looking for a reason to accuse Jesus, they asked him, "Is it lawful to heal on the Sabbath?" They were setting him up. Now, Jesus knew they were setting him up, yet he bit intentionally because he was trying to show them the way to God, because right now they did not get it. Today, in America, there are many, many millions of people who are in church, and they really are focused more on rules than a relationship. And they think if I do this, 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 and this, God will be pleased with me. And the fact is God will be pleased with us when we begin to look at Christianity for what it is, and that is that personal relationship. So they're setting him up, and he intentionally goes right in and does what they want him to do. They want him to break the rule. Their rule was you can't do anything on the Sabbath. Not even good. Not even heal. Now, of course, the Pharisees were hypocrites, because Jesus said, "Hey, if any of you had a sheep and it falls into a pit on the Sabbath, wouldn't you save it?" And of course the answer is yes, of course they'd save it. But what they were doing is they were looking for a reason to accuse him. So he points out their hypocrisy, shows them that what they're doing is super hypocritical, and then he continues. So the Bible says in verse 13, "Then he said to the man, 'Stretch out your hand.'" So after he points out their hypocrisy, he points out the truth, he goes ahead with his demonstration, which is really, really amazing, because he knows the reaction these men will have to him. And he's doing this in a synagogue. He's doing this in front of many people. We don't know how many people there were there, but probably hundreds. He's making the Pharisees look bad here, and they don't like it at all. So he says to the man, "Stretch out your hand." So the man stretched it out, and it was completely restored, just as sound as the other. You see, this is the healing of Jesus Christ. This is the thing that Jesus wants the church to be doing. Leading people to the Lord so they can be healed, so their hearts can be healed, so their emotions can be healed, so their relationships can be healed, so their marriages can be healed. This is what Jesus does. The reaction by the Pharisees is amazing. But the Pharisees went out and plotted how they might kill Jesus. You know, we have a choice when confronted with the truth, no matter how much it hurts. We can either humble ourselves before God, admit, hey, we missed it, and then agree with him and do what he says. Or we can get so angry that we want to completely deny the messenger or annihilate the messenger. Here, it was murder. The fact is there's a lot of good people out there telling the truth. And you have a choice. Do you believe it? Or do you say, no, I don't believe it, I refuse to believe it, and you disavow the messenger? So, folks, the truth sometimes hurts, but in the end, if we want to get closer to God, we want to accept that truth and then move through that door and see how God moves.